May all beings be happy. May all beings be healthy. May all beings be free from harm. May all beings love life. May all beings awaken. Welcome to another Cuke Audio podcast. I'm DC, poohbah of Cuke Audio and Cuke Archives, preserving the legacy of Shunryu Suzuki and those whose paths cross his and anything else that comes to mind. I pray that you and yours are safe and comfortable, free from economic hardship, and able to get out and do whatever it is you want within the limitations of the universal precept of do as little harm as possible. And today we'll have some and anything else that comes to mind, or and those whose paths crossed his. Yeah, I think it'll qualify under either of those. So I just wanted to tell what was happening with yours truly here in Bali. Nothing earth-shattering. Katrinka is in the air as we talk. She's on a 15-hour and 15-minute flight from San Francisco to Doha in Qatar on Qatar Airways, which she likes very much. She'll be there a while, and then she flies from there to Jakarta. That's 8 hours and 30 minutes. And so that means her time in the air flying from San Francisco to here is 15 minutes short of 24 hours. Wow. Anyway, she had her PCR test a day before taking off and the results. Much better than a year ago where, it was so frustrating to get the results. It was, but anyway, it's more together now, right? And she has everything ready, the QR code in her smartphone that shows we have the Peduli Linguni, the taking care and protecting thing. So it shows we've been vaccinated twice. There's booster shots are now available in Indonesia, but we don't know if they're available for foreigners yet. They'll be free for locals, and that's good. Everything has been free so far, including for foreigners. They've been really good about it. They're trying to, are they being strict? Like Katrinka's coming in, got a quarantine for a week, and she's lucky because it just came down from 10 days. And but if there's one person in the airplane that tests positive, bang, she's got a quarantine for 2 weeks. And that's $100 a day. The mid-level hotel, 3 meals, and daily testing or frequent testing. I don't know quite how much. Anyway, so we hope to see her if all goes well on the 20th, which will be about, be about 7 weeks, I guess, since she left. And I've gotten a lot done, but it's never enough. And everyday stuff. I just got 2 bridges. I got a little windfall, and so paid a little debt, and I got 5 crowns and 2 bridges. So where there were holes in my molars, there are not anymore, and that's very nice. And we like our dentist. I've gotten to her office in 3 minutes from our house walking. And she was our dentist before we moved over to this side of Sanur. And it's just a small little office. She does good work. Sometimes she farms me out to the medical college. But anyway, so I'm happy about that. But there were multiple frustrations today. Just when I think I'm getting on top of it, stuff happens like today. Just a frustrating Dropbox problem. I'm going to mention what it is just in case somebody has a suggestion. But I think Peter Ford, my associate working on Cuke Archives, probably can tell me what I'm doing wrong. I've got all these enormous amount of files and folders on Dropbox. And I need the smart sync, which means they aren't on my my laptop. There's just a placeholder. So it looks like they're there, but actually they're online, and I can access them through, if I need it, I can open them up from here if I'm online, and I can, get them back in my computer and stuff like that. But I don't know, I'm doing the smart sync wrong. It eliminated all the appearance of the folders. Actually, I've got it down to all folders. No loose files. And all right, what did I do wrong? So I'm looking back at Smart Sync, and I had Smart Sync. Oh, and anyway, when I tried to fix that, I got the folder back on this side, but then it had and it was a gigabyte in the folder, and it would have the gigabyte here. So I don't quite have it down yet. That's something I'm doing wrong. I don't know what it is, but I'll figure it out. So, all right. Then I've got that, and I've got an assistant coming today. Comes once a week. It's very, very good. Gus Awan. If you go to Cuke.com and look at there's a link on the homepage to I think it's the 2020 report, and it goes to a page that says who we are, and you can see a picture of Goose and Peter and me and some other people. Actually, a number of people who help run the engines at Cuke Archives. But Goose is the only local one. He's the only paid one. But if you knew what a good day's pay was here, you would be shocked. It's a good hour's. No, it's low for an hour's pay in America. So anyway, he showed up, and I was looking for. I have a whole folder of files of lectures of this really, really great sort of New Thought Christian teacher from Fort Worth, where I came from, that I wanted him to get on a page for Cuke.com. I can't find it. But I know I've got it, and I'm looking at my hard drives. So that was frustrating. The drops was frustrating. But, one thing I was really happy about, and that he told me he woke up, I think he woke up yesterday morning and sent me a WhatsApp saying, hey, I wanted to send you this so I don't forget it. But, we started this page for the band here, Bali Yuga. It's our little band that just rehearses songs I've written, and when we got them down, we record them and move on to do more. We don't do any performing. It's just a recording band. And when I got my little windfall and decided I could spend some of it on, something I'd really like to do. I mean, I know all these musicians here. They're out of work. And, I know I can record here for a fraction of what you can. I mean, I really like them. I figured it out at 1/11th what it costs to record in America on good, high quality, good studios and like that. And so I started doing it. I've been doing it, I don't know, half a year. And we've only got one album out called Bali Yuga, which I've mentioned on here before. Bali Yuga on the Way to Venus is the name of the album. And it's on YouTube, Spotify, blah, blah, blah. And there's baliyuga.com. Well, so a week ago when Gus was here, we started a page for it on Facebook. And I just sort of, sat with him a little bit and then left it up to him to get it done. Got it done. Some simple posts, like an introductory post saying Bali Yuga's, for the songs I've written, blah, blah, blah. And that we have an album out, And then there was another post, like a few days later, telling who the band members are and what instruments they play. And then I put one post saying that On the Way to Venus was something like our message or my message to COP26. That's it, right? And today, we open it up, bang, it's been unpublished by Facebook. And, without explanation. They give you a list of things it might be. And I had that happen to my Cuke nonsense page on Facebook, where really innocent stuff from my Cuke nonsense blog, that's the nonsense stuff. So if I wanted to link a song, if I want to do something on climate change, if I want to tell some personal story or something like that, I want to do talk, nonsense stuff. I put it there, and it was going up on the Cuke nonsense page. Now, I don't promote my own pages. I did mention in a post on my personal page that I never promote. I never ask people to share or like, but I would appreciate a little help with the Bali Yoga because, my Zen stuff, it's been around long enough. People pretty much know about it, will find it. If they're interested, they'll go there. So I don't do anything to promote it. But the music nobody really knows about. So that's it. There's nothing. It's all completely innocent, And so I put up. I know there's nothing I can do about it. I mean, maybe I disputed it, but I know they don't have time to look at disputes, and there's really nothing you can do if that happens to you. Just pray that maybe they'll rescind it, but they won't. Goes today. Incidentally, the musicians came today for us to practice. It was the only day that worked for him to come, me to come, for him to come. So we had an hour and a half to work together some before they arrived for, and they come for lunch, and I let them. I didn't join him for lunch because I was with Goose. And then we have 3 hours of practice, right? Then I went back to him. And let me tell you, that music, that has really helped balance my life. I really like it. I didn't need something else I can't keep up with what I'm doing, and then I took something else on. But it's been nice doing something different, It wasn't just all this Zen stuff and websites and working on books and stuff like that, and answering emails about all that. Which I enjoy. I enjoy all that, and Suzuki Roshi lectures and everything, but a little unbalanced. Although, I get out and swim and do yoga and walk the dogs and stuff too. Anyway, it's been really great, and I love it. And it's so wonderful working with people here. Just so copacetic, so nice, so pleasant. Just no rancor, no difficulty. If anybody has a problem, they'll gently mention it. It's even better in Japan. Because they're not uptight at all. They're easygoing. It's just totally nice. Goose studied it today, What do people suggest? What does Facebook say to do and this and that? We talked about starting another page that would we tried starting another page, but it looks like they might not let me start any other page now or something. So it suggested I get another administrator. So we made him an administrator, and he was having you can't do that for this page. So now how do I feel about it? Facebook is like there's nothing to compare with it for promoting something, right? Really. I mean, Instagram, all right, which is it's Instagram, WhatsApp, Facebook, aren't they all the same? And Instagram's so limited, though. Although Peter Ford does a beautiful Shunryu Suzuki lecture excerpt every day on Instagram with a photograph with it from the photo archive. It's Cuke Archives Instagram. But Anyway, there was our chance for success. It's been snuffed out. The candle has been blown out just shortly after it was lit. And, it's like they don't have to take responsibility for anything they do, right? They can destroy governments, and they can help. They can be a key factor in electing a president and disseminating false information. There's all sorts of horrible stuff on Facebook, and now I posted about this on my personal site today. Hey, Facebook did this to me, blah blah blah. I didn't complain. I didn't say anything angry or anything. And I got some great responses from people that just talk about the most innocuous. Somebody said they wrote it. Sent a message to somebody. Oh, that's a nice picture, or something like that, and got back a warning from Facebook. They could have their account suspended. I mean, I got a number of messages like that, and you know what I thought? I thought, now I don't have time to do this, or a number of other things I'm doing. But I thought that would be a cool book, like Banned from Facebook or something like that. And there were a number of them, of messages to me, people talking about, some posts they'd done or something they'd started there. And Facebook, one guy said he showed a picture of the curvature of the earth and was told he was lying and was taken off or something. It's sort of capricious, Now, I was talking to Katut, Sony, and Gus, my three colleagues in Bali, and I said, I guess it's just all done by computer. And Katut said, well, my son works for TikTok, and he personally has to look at 500 videos a day and decide whether they stay or go. And he's making decisions very quickly. That's interesting. Well, so anyway, that's what's happening. I just thought it was interesting. I think that would be a good book, banned from Facebook or something, or in Facebook jail or whatever, and just have. I had really amazing. People write this, the most innocuous things you can imagine, and getting reprimanded. It's like Facebook is amazingly out of hand, and I really don't mind this though, because it's sort of more interesting than if everything had gone smoothly, and I don't care. It doesn't matter what happened. I just enjoy doing the songs and recording them. And, I don't really think much about anything but the next song. And I don't know. It's interesting dealing with problems like that. Now, I would like to solve the Dropbox problem and find those files. Those are the three frustrating things that happened today. Oh, God, let me tell you one more. All right, I'm through with all that. Let me tell you one more. We're taking care of a little toy poodle, Boom Boom, for some friends who've been gone I think it's getting close to half a year. So Bondi are part Pomeranian. That's what they say here, part Pom. A small dog, and has had this adoring pest, this very young toy poodle that's like about the size of a small cat, but she's sort of adorable. Anyway, but when I go to the beach with Bondi, I go out swimming there, and she keeps an eye on me, and so does Boom Boom. And Boom Boom swims. That's amazing. But I'm a little more nervous about Boom Boom. It's like if you're taking care of your kid and some friends' kids. If you're a responsible person, you'll worry more about your friends' kids than your own. So today we provide lunch for everybody that comes for the music today. And there were, there were 10 of us today. I think, yeah. There was like the bass player, the drummer, and the guitarist, Katut, Sony, and Goose. Sony's wife, Lucy. And then Nyoman, who helped put the whole thing together. Kadek, the housekeeper, was gone today because she had to be at the doctor's. But her daughter came. And she brought her daughter here to help out because she couldn't be here. And I said, we don't need you. And Nyoman can take care of it. It's no big deal. But then I started talking to her daughter, who's like 19 years old. And she's going to college. And we know we're paying her way through college, which we can't afford. But it's very, very little, I mean, compared to... it's like $500 for 6 months. But it's a lot for us. That's why we live here. We can't afford to live there in America. Good Lord, how do people do that? So anyway, Lena was here. And so since Lena was coming, Gus's daughter is our background vocalist, but she didn't come to the rehearsal. She just goes to the studio and we add her in on some things. But she's 19 years old and she's in college. And we take her to, Katrinka and I take her to poetry slams and stuff and introduce her to cool people her age. And women, you know, who are 30 and 40 and stuff, who are poets and stuff. So we really get along well with her, and she's very, very nice. So I told Rada, I said, hey, come on. And the songs we're working on now, we're actually working on the fourth group of songs now. I said there's places where you can come get an idea of the background vocal farm and things, and then you can keep Lena company. Oh, wow, they got along great. That worked out great. And then Ferry, who's a carpenter, who's fixing a screen door here, I told him, well, come back. We'll get you a lunch. So these are called bunkus. That means to wrap. They're all wrapped in brown paper with banana leaf inside. And they're good. They're good. And you know what they cost? Bunkus costs, well, the ones we get are pretty good. They're like $1.50, $1.75. And they're good. You know, there'll be a like mine had. Don't get me any rice. Mainly what people eat is a lot of white rice, right? Like a potato, like a little German potato thing. Maybe they got that from the Dutch here, and a corn fritter and some green beans with. Boy, I don't know what that vegetable is with is called. Maybe it would be urab. It's nothing we have in America, but that's good. I like to have a green vegetable, and you know, and some tempeh and tofu is great. You know, I was thinking when I was eating it, I was thinking, you know, that's what people like here. You know, I take people out, and what they really prefer. When they come here, what they prefer to drink is water. And if they go out, what they prefer to eat is like a bunkus on the street. They like it better than if you took them to an expensive restaurant. I'm not saying everybody. Boney, the keyboard player, liked to go with us to Riviera. He invited himself in and ordered roast beef. So, roast beef. Yeah, you don't get a lot of that here because it's Hindu. But Boney's a Muslim he's a Muslim like you know, who doesn't ever think about it or do anything about it. But anyway, so all right. So this is all I'm telling you. So Boom Boo is here, right? The toy poodle. You know, I give Bondi chicken bones. So anyway, Boom Boom, you know, likes to hang out with us when we play music. And she's very unobtrusive, especially likes to be around when we're eating, see if anybody drops anything. There was something in her mouth she couldn't get out. And she was shaking her head and putting it on the ground. And she put her paw, trying to put her paw in her mouth. And she just kept doing it. And we picked her up and looked at her. Katut and I looked at her, and he said, well, she's not having a problem breathing, but there's something really disturbing her. And I waited. It kept going on about 15 minutes. So I called the vet, and she came right over. And she's so sweet. I love our vet. She's a small woman, and she's so sweet. And the animals just love her. They just curl up with her. And she just picked Boom Boo up, put her hands, like her fingers on where the jaw opens, and opened it up and stuck. She has small hands. Stuck her hand down there and pulled out a sliver of bone. And I said, "What was that? A toothpick?" She said, "No, it's a bone." Wow. I guess it was stuck in her throat. So I'm going to tighten in. Then I started looking at what it said on the internet about dogs and bones. And I'm going to tighten up my very lax rules about that. But anyway, that was part of today's, it was actually a very eventful day. And, adjusting to the frustrating things that happen. The way I do it, I'm really not frustrated. I just, look, some things bother me more, are harder to shake, right? But anyway, the Facebook thing is like the most important thing, right? But I'm resigned to it. It's, and we'll see what we can, if there's anything we can make out of it. Except I don't have, if I had a lot of time, I could concentrate on making a big issue out of it. Not with, not being nasty or anything, being humorous. But, the Dropbox thing I've got to solve. And there's just so many other things I've got to deal with. And, tough luck. But the main thing I do to deal with stuff like that is just to do one thing after another, one step at a time. Apply some of that 12-step stuff, but really do just relax. All I can do is one thing now. So what do I want to do? That helps. And, another thing, I'll wake up in the morning quite a bit, like a little disturbed by something that's happening in work, or it can even be a song we're working on, and it's just not sounding right. And, or more likely just, I don't know, my poor, whatever it is I am trying to deal with, body and mind and all that, trying to deal with all this stuff and balance it and everything. And sometimes I'll be a little bit bothered when I wake up, but I know all I have to do is have my hot water, get the kitchen straight, and there's not a lot to do, put things up that were dry, go out, open the front gate, and clean in front of the gate, and do that first. That's be a good neighbor. And let Bondi walk around out there a while to smell. And I do some exercises. There's Chinese one. I like swinging the arms front and back and to the sides. And some other little yoga, but not a lot. And sometimes I'll clean the leaves on the inside of the graveyard. But then I go sit. And that really is a good habit. I want to tell you, I'm really glad I have that habit, because I know I can, if I'm bothered in the morning, all I have to do is remember that I'm going to be sitting, but I'm also sitting while I'm doing the other stuff, that I'm going to start not putting my entire consciousness in my thoughts, is what it gets down to. But that's not something you can do. You tried it. You don't even know what it is or where it is or what you are or what's doing what. But You just slow down and I do this walking stuff first, a little chanting, and you sit, and then I don't know. It's it's really nice. I like it. All right, so that's today's Life in Bali report. Pardon me for going on and on about it, but I wanted to share it with someone, and so we'll see how it all works out. And you know what? Right now, all I can do is what's next, and that is to conclude this podcast and then get it ready to post. And then I've got to post the Shinya Suzuki lecture excerpt for today, and maybe something on Cuke nonsense and something else on Cuke what's new, or maybe not. And, take a shower, or maybe I'll take a hot bath. We've got a Japanese bath. Oh, that's so great. I haven't done that in, God, about 10 days. All right. Well, anyway, that's Live in Bali. So this has been a Cuke audio podcast. I'm DC Poohbah of Cuke Audio and Cuke Archives, coming to you from Sleepy Senor with Dogget, Bandita, Feline Cuchita, and dear, lovely Katrinka Spirit, but she is on the way. Okay. And we're wishing you and yours and all of us a grand awakening.